You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Hello and welcome to another episode of Unstoppable Actors. I can't wait to explore today's topic with you, which is how a professional actor reads a scene. I know so many of you struggle with this, and I'm going to share with you the struggles you get into, why you get into them, what a professional actor does, what you need to do instead to be like a professional actor, even if you feel like a bit of an imposter or like you've not been at this very long and you can't give yourself the title professional actor, which I know so many of us struggle with, but that's another episode for another day. Before we get started with this, I just want to share a little freebie we've got that you might want to go and download. It's the Method Actors Toolbox, and it's incredible. If you've been desperate to get your hands on method acting exercises that help you stop feeling nervous, get locked into the character and connected to them on a deeper level than ever before, and experiencing genuine emotion, then you can download the Method Actors Toolbox straight to your phone, and there's lots of practical exercises in there for you to start practicing with your next character. You just need to go to tinyurl.com/method toolbox. That's tinyurl.com/method toolbox to get your hands on it, or just simply hit the link underneath where you've hit play. If you're new to the podcast, hello and welcome. It's so nice to have you here. I hope this is the first of many episodes that you're going to be tuning into, because I've got so much that I can share with you. And my job is simple. It's to help you make your next performance your best performance yet. And when you apply the teachings that I give you in these podcasts, that is what will happen. And if you're a regular listener, thank you so much for always tuning in. It's so good to have you here. I love sharing my knowledge and wisdom with you and helping you to get to that next level in your acting career. We've had quite a lot of people calling up and inquiring and emailing and DMing about the 10-week method acting module, and I'm very excited about that. The next one is in October, so I just wanted to give you a little heads up for that. So if that's been on your radar, then just make a note of that. It's October to December. Let's get on with this episode then, how a professional actor reads a scene. So here is the scene. External, wishing well, Sunday afternoon. Alicia at the end of the tiny road looks at the wishing well from afar. Sadness, longing and grief hit her in her core. Her bottom lip trembles. A tear rolls down her face. She falls to the floor. That's the scene. And the director is going to be shooting it in a wide shot, a mid shot and a close-up. And each one of those shots demands something different of you as the actor. So one of them will require a deep emotional connection from you. One will require an emotional connection and also the physicality of the character, and then the other one will demand more of the physical outer world of the character. But I've done plenty of episodes on screen acting, so TV acting, film acting, and the technicalities of that, so you can go and have a look through our other podcast episodes, because I'm not going to explore that in this episode today. Or you can go over to our Instagram, where I've done lots of short reels on that, and that's at Standby Method Acting Studio. What usually happens then is an actor will read that script and they will get sucked into the emotion straight away. And the reason I wanted to talk about reading scenes today is because if you remember, I'm going through the 3 points on the triangle for success. At the top of that is mindset, and we covered that in the last episode. The second point is skills, which I'm going to be covering today. And then the third and final point on the success triangle is action, which I'll be covering in the next episode. I specifically chose how professional actors read scenes because script analysis is really, really important. It's one of the skills that, although it sounds boring because we'd rather just get the scene up on its feet straight away, it's non-negotiable because the script analysis allows you to unearth things about the scene that you wouldn't necessarily see on the first read of it. So I'll read the scene to you again. As I've already said, an actor who's not very well experienced in script analysis, or they're not at that point where they've developed not just their script analysis skills, but their performance skills, will get sucked into the emotion. And I'll talk a little bit more about this in a moment. So let me just read the script again. It's external, wishing well, sunny afternoon. Alicia at the end of the tiny road looks at the wishing well from afar. Sadness, longing and grief hit her in her core. Her bottom lip trembles. A tear rolls down her face. She falls to the floor. So that's the scene. An inexperienced actor, and I'm not saying this with any judgment because everybody starts from zero. Everybody starts off inexperienced. But an actor without experience will fall into mental tension. They will fall into that trap of getting mentally tense about the scene, and they'll focus heavily on the emotion. So specifically, the direction or the stage direction about sadness, longing and grief hitting them in the core, the bottom lip trembling. And what will happen is they'll have lots of different thoughts. And the thoughts will be along the lines of, how do I make the tear roll down my face? How do I fall to the floor without it looking fake or hammy? How do I make my bottom lip tremble without it looking like I'm forcing it or acting? How do I do all of these things all at once? How do I do it on cue? What if I can't do it? What if it looks too big and too fake? What if I can't feel the emotion? There'll be all sorts of thoughts going round their head, and it's because they're locking in on the emotion. I see this time and time again in my classes, and there is a better way. So how a professional actor reads the scene instead is they ask questions. They acknowledge that there's sadness, longing and grief that they're going to have to connect to in the scene, but they don't make that the sole focus. They ask lots and lots of questions because questions open up your imagination. When your imagination is opened up, you get a deeper connection. So the sorts of questions that they'll ask is, why has she stopped? Why has she stopped at the end of the road? Is it to look at the well, or is it to do something else and the well just happens to be in a line of vision? If she is looking at the well, why is she looking at the well? Why hasn't she got closer to it? Why is she keeping a distance from this well? Is it too hard for her emotionally to get closer to it? Is she physically tired because it's a sunny day? What's going on in her head? Why has she chosen to go to that place today? Why didn't she go there yesterday? Or did she go there yesterday and she's returned today? Does the well remind her of a family member, an ex, a friend, an old schoolmate, a teacher, someone else? Is this person dead? Are they alive? Are they alive but dead to her? What is she longing for? Why does she feel the emotion of longing? Is the feeling of longing something that she's felt before about this particular well or this road or where she is? Is it that there's a feeling underneath that she wishes to still be alive, or a relationship that she wishes to still be alive in a form that it took place in? Has the relationship changed to a new iteration? Is she longing not to feel this sadness and this grief and this pain? Is she trying to hide it? The scene says that she looks at the wishing well. The director says, right, we're just going to do a wide shot, and all I want you to do is look at the wishing well. Then we're going to move to a mid-shot, just want you to look at the wishing well. Then we'll do a close-up, just want you looking at the wishing well. So the direction and the action is simple. You are looking at the wishing well. but there is an entire internal story going on inside of this character. But because the actress has asked all of these questions and then she's made choices and she's given answers to them and not got herself confused, she's been concrete in her answers, she's now involved with the well. She knows the story behind it. She has got a relationship to the well. She's got a relationship to this road. She's got a relationship to herself right now with the well. She knows this entire story inside out. But she's also learned how to move the relationship and the story that she's created from being intellectual knowledge in her head to a memory that she is now deeply affected by. Because the actress can not only create the story intellectually, she can also open up her heart and her feelings and be affected by this well. And in a single shot, she can express all of this. Now, if you struggle with things like script analysis, or if you struggle with being too in your head, you can get the backstory, but then you can't create the feelings, or you struggle with the feelings being too big, I implore you to go and take our What Type of Actor Are You quiz, which will let you know specifically and give you the confirmation that either you're a head actor or a heart actor, but it'll also give you some feedback on what you need to be doing to become a well-rounded, versatile actor. So you can get the script analysis down, you can get the knowledge in your head, you can get the story, and you can feel the feelings. You just need to go to tinyurl.com/which actor are you. I've left the link for that underneath where you've hit play as well. That is what a professional actor is doing when they're reading the scene. They're asking questions, lots of detailed questions. The inexperienced actor, as I've already said, is instead focusing on the big emotion and the tear rolling down the face and the trembling lip. But they're also focusing on the fall to the floor as well, because obviously that's in the scene. So you look at the well, cry, then fall to the floor. What they do is they practice it and practice it and practice it and practice it, even though it feels fake to them. Even though they end up hurting the knees because they've fallen on the floor that many times, they just keep trying. But what they're not doing is intercepting this trying and this rehearsing with technique and with skill. And what I've shared with you today is technique, it's skill, it's developing script analysis skills, but it's also developing curiosity. The single most important word in every single actor's vocabulary, whether you've just got started or you've had a gazillion auditions and you're really experienced, it doesn't matter where you fall on the spectrum, the most important word in your vocabulary should be why. And you should be questioning everything in the scene. So I hope this has been useful. I've given you 2 freebies that you can get your hands on straight away. You can either go and take the What Type of Actor Are You quiz, and you can do that at tinyurl.com/which actor are you, or you can go and get your hands on the Method Acting Toolbox and get yourself some practical method acting exercises to develop what I've been talking about in this episode even further. And that link is tinyurl.com/method toolbox. I really hope this has been useful and given you a lot of insight into how to read a script professionally, but also what you can do to improve and tweak your own script reading skills. I'll see you in the next episode. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors Handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.